There's a power that lies dormant in some, a sacred fire that doesn't need fists, weapons, or curses to burn through darkness. These are the chosen ones, not just people, but incarnations of a divine, were wrapped in mortal form. They often look ordinary, speak softly, and live humbly. But within them resides an ancient power that the world is not ready for. They are spiritual warriors disguised as strangers in your life, misunderstood, overlooked, pushed to the margins, ridiculed for their stillness, and feared for reasons even their enemies can't fully understand. These beings do not need chaos to win. They do not need violence to conquer. When they are provoked, they do not lash out. When they are insulted, they do not retaliate. Because they know true power is not loud. It is not messy. It is not emotional. It is silent, precise, and divine. And when that dormant power awakens when the time is right, these souls don't need to lift a finger. They dismantle illusions, shatter egoic facades, and expose inner corruption not with rage, but with energy, with truth, with silence. They can crumble an empire simply by walking away. They can break a man without ever raising their voice. If you've ever encountered one, you know it's not their wrath that destroys you, it's their absence. Their silence is a sword. Their awakening is a reckoning. And their energy is judgment wrapped in light. Before we dive into the spiritual firestorm of today's message, I want you to pause, breathe, and take note of this moment. You didn't find this video by accident. Divine timing led you here. If you've been searching for answers, for clarity, for confirmation, this is it. The message ahead is not just information, it's a spiritual activation. And if your heart is open, it will change you. So I invite you, subscribe if your soul longs for truth in a world of illusion. Subscribe if you believe in purpose, divine justice, and spiritual power that transcends the material world. And if this message reached you at just the right time, type 1111 in the comments as a signal to the universe, a declaration that your spirit is ready. Ready for truth, ready for transformation, ready to rise. Let the heavens know you're aligned with divine timing. You are not running from the storm. You are becoming it. 1. Their silence is louder than your screams. A chosen one will never waste energy on petty arguments. You can insult them, provoke them, manipulate them, but you will never drag them into your chaos. They don't clap back. They don't compete. They don't scream to be heard. Instead, they go silent. And that silence? It is not passivity. It's precision. It's a weapon far more powerful than words. That silence reflects your own soul back to you. It exposes your guilt, your shame, your need for attention. And suddenly, the chosen one's stillness becomes the loudest thing in the room. It starts eating away at you, not because they said something, but because they said nothing. You begin to overthink, to unravel, to spiral in your own internal noise. Their absence becomes louder than your presence. And the worst part, they never had to lift a finger. That is spiritual warfare at its highest level, disarming your enemy with divine indifference. 2. Their energy will expose every demon you hide. There is no hiding from a chosen one. They don't need to see your secrets, they feel them. Their energy is so pure, so attuned to truth, that deception cannot survive in their presence. You might fool the world. You might mask your wounds. You might lie to yourself and believe it. But when you stand before a chosen one, all that falsehood starts to crumble. Why? Because they don't judge you. They reveal you. Their very existence forces your shadows to rise. Every demon you suppressed, every addiction you covered up, every trauma you ignored, it surfaces. Not because they called it out, but because their frequency is too high. Your low vibration can't hide anymore, and in that exposure you have a choice: evolve or be destroyed. Because a chosen one doesn't destroy you directly, they force your own demons to do it. 3. Their presence makes your soul uneasy. Have you ever wondered why some people feel uncomfortable around someone who did absolutely nothing to them? That's what happens when a soul not aligned with light comes near a chosen one. Their presence is like spiritual fire. It purifies, but it also burns. And those living in darkness, they can't stand the heat. They might resent the chosen one. They might gossip, attack, or ghost them. But deep down, the discomfort comes from a soul-level confrontation. Being near a chosen one is like standing in front of a holy mirror. You feel seen, exposed, humbled. The light irritates the darkness you've grown comfortable with, and that discomfort turns into resentment. Not because the chosen one did anything wrong, but because their energy makes your mask impossible to wear. They don't even have to speak. Their silence convicts you. Their purity shames you. Their peace unsettles your chaos. That's why some people run, not because they're afraid of the chosen one, but because they're afraid of who they become in their presence. 4. They walk away and everything falls apart. You never realize the power someone held in your life until they're gone. And when a chosen one walks away, it's not just a breakup, a goodbye, or a fallout, it's a spiritual shift. Because they weren't just present in your life, they were assigned to it. Their energy was holding things together you never even knew were broken. They prayed for you when you didn't believe in prayer. They stabilized your emotions without saying a word. They attracted blessings into your space just by being there. And when they walk away, that divine covering leaves with them. Suddenly things fall apart. Doors close. Opportunities dry up. Peace is nowhere to be found. You feel the void, not just emotionally but spiritually. And only then do you realize they weren't just a person, they were anointed. And losing a chosen one is not just a personal loss, it's a spiritual consequence. 5. Their growth will humiliate your stagnation. You thought you broke them. You mocked them, doubted them, ignored them. But what you didn't realize was, every attempt to destroy a chosen one only activates their evolution. The betrayal you thought would crush them, it becomes the soil that nourishes their roots. The rejection you hoped would ruin them, it becomes the wind that lifts their wings. And while you remain stagnant, bitter, and unchanged, they rise, quietly, elegantly, spiritually. They level up in front of your eyes, glowing with divine purpose. And every step of their growth becomes a mirror to your immobility. You start to feel embarrassed, not because they're flaunting success, but because you stayed the same while they ascended. And their glow, it's not revenge. It's divine justice. It's God's way of reminding you, you tried to destroy what heaven had already marked for glory. 6. They reflect your shadow back to you. Being in the presence of a chosen one is like standing in front of the universe's most honest mirror. They don't need to call you out. You feel called out just by looking at them. Their kindness exposes your cruelty. Their calmness highlights your chaos. Their consistency shames your games. And suddenly you're not angry at them. You're angry at the version of yourself they force you to confront. They aren't trying to condemn you. They're just being themselves. But their energy is such a high-frequency vibration that your lower traits can't survive in silence anymore. You see the gap. You feel the shame. You witness the distance between who you are and who you're called to be. And here's the hard truth. Many destroy themselves trying to escape that reflection, not realizing that the chosen one was never trying to hurt them, just holding a mirror up to their soul. 7. They pray, and things start shifting. Never underestimate the spiritual authority of a chosen one. They may walk this earth quietly, but in the spiritual realm they move mountains. They don't seek revenge, they seek divine justice. And when they pray, not from ego but from brokenness, from sacred alignment, the heavens respond. Things begin to shift. Your peace vanishes. Your blessings stall. Your inner world starts to unravel. Not because they wished harm upon you, but because they placed your name on the altar of divine justice. They took their hands off you and placed you in God's. And what happens next is not human retribution, it's divine correction. Understand this, When a chosen one hands you over to the Most High, the outcome is no longer in your control. And what God does to restore and protect His chosen often becomes the very storm that breaks those who tried to destroy them. 8. They don't retaliate, they transcend. You expect them to fight. You expect them to drag you through the same mud you threw at them. But the chosen one doesn't waste time in the pit. Instead of revenge, they elevate. Instead of bitterness, they bless. And in doing so, they destroy your power over them. Your weapons become irrelevant. Your insults fall flat. Nothing destroys an enemy faster than indifference from a soul that once cared deeply. That's when you realize they're not coming back, and they're not coming down. 9. They let karma handle you. A chosen one knows one universal law: what you do to others returns to you multiplied. They don't need to lift a finger. The universe keeps receipts. The same manipulation, betrayal, slander, or envy you threw their way will come knocking at your door, just in a different form. And by then they'll be too far gone to even notice. They didn't destroy you. Your own actions did. And that's the final, fatal way a chosen one can end you, by doing nothing while karma does everything. Now you understand. A chosen one doesn't need to curse you, fight you, or touch you. Their silence, their light, their growth, it's enough. So if you've ever been in the presence of one, treat it like a blessing. Because once they leave, the echo of their absence can be louder than the sound of 1,000 voices. This is the Alchemy of Awareness channel. If this message stirred something inside you, it was meant to. Type 1111 in the comments if it reached you at the exact time your soul was ready. And don't forget to subscribe. This isn't just a channel, it's a calling. Thank you for watching.